my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like playing poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on One West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's by any means. Little nigga, this that cold, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. U.P.K. bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that One West up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but they Glock fire rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no cow, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
Thus saith the Lord God. Unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Cinderella and Iris. Shit, the time will tell when the bones are healed and we live again.
This shit right here for the cold-blooded killers and the gangsters vibe. But the hoes love it, break it for a $5 tee. Spend a whole 100, no stunting. This is for the niggas that need more money. I done stopped the rebel from putting several in the casket. He throwing everybody involved if I ask it. So don't make me get a word. I'm scared of what he might do. Don't make me build a nerve. Down in your lawn, feel like it's the beginning of the purge. Look, it's like I'm all out of options. Hard being a killer with a conscience. Ginger ale and ice with tequila talking nonsense. Cause beef ain't really no beef. Till there's no more sleep, do a drill, we do a drill. Osmos and beat 2 to the body, 1 to the head, fuck it, on repeat. One West, you know them cult leaders around the street.
Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Judge.
The warriors.
Yes, sir.
Conquerors. Respect.
Shout out there.
Hey, look, I just left Atlanta. I said I'll be back in August. The way I go to work up in this bitch, I need an office. Pussy so good, should've put it in my coffin. If he play up that Glock like back the fuck up on me, nigga. He hurt and I can see it in his face. Time to bring that bait, my shit raw. I'ma bust their head no matter what I play. I'ma take the word, you get that bread, bitch. What I say, hold a run, going undefeated just like OJ. No, I gotta keep that little rascal in case it pump fake. Shorty called me, said she need that spanking. I said, okay, I lead by example. They are not a factor. You is not a queen, hoe, and we ain't the Black Panthers. 144 them, who they send to get them answers. I'm sicker than that cancer. I'm quick to get them bands. I don't know why they keep on playing with me. Who the one they said they give me? Miss Glizzy with me. Cook that beef so good, they like, who made the chili? Now they won't reconsider. Guess that I'm the one tripping. Drop the truth like Cat Williams. Come through the door like Pimmy Pimp. I'm always trying to flip my penny. Busy, I'ma be a minute. Get that dough like Mr. Sims. Listen, nigga, we back. Hey, look, I just left Atlanta. I said I'll be back in August. The way I go to work up in this bitch, I need an office. Pussy so good, should've put it in my coffin. If he play up that Glock like back the fuck up on me, nigga. He hurt and I can see it in his face. Time to bring that bait, my shit raw. I'ma bust their head no matter what I play. I'ma take the word, you get that bread, bitch. What I say, hold a run, going undefeated just like OJ. Niggas hate, yeah, what about it? I know about it, they can't stop it, ain't worried about it. Niggas fake, they ain't solid, no, I got it, I'm hard about it. Niggas mad, they can't take it. Niggas know they can't face me. She said, who he think he is? Right now, I look like God, baby. Standing on that block, baby. Raked up on they top, baby. Screaming, fuck the free world like cheddar bar. Busy man, bitch, I'm always on my job. Drop the album, got so many hits, might get a Rigo charge. See me throw that one up in the air like I'm E.T. They know they can't beat me. I can't get this game for free. Damn right, I'm U.P.K. I'll show you how to be a G. Long way from D.C. We was down in A&T. Ike had them triple stack pills like it's GNC. We was getting to it, but we still ain't gon' pay the fee. Who me? I was pumping gas like the BP. About to blow like TNT. Let me put my shit on D&D. Coward shit I can't be. I'm a long way from B&E. Me and bro was laying in your shit before the B&B. The Waffle House with y'all, I'm staking eggs with the sweet tea. Glock out on my lap, cause I ain't going out like P&B. I just left Atlanta, I said I'll be back in August. The way I go to work up in this bitch, I need an office. Pussy so good, should've put it in my coffin. If he play up that Glock like back the fuck up on me, nigga. He hurt and I can see it in his face. Time to bring that bait, my shit raw. I'ma bust their head no matter what I play. I'ma take the word, you get that bread, bitch. What I say, hold a run, going undefeated just like OJ.
Test 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Salakia.
Shem Shukta, you coming in true clear on this end.
Hey, Shalom. Salakia, so you want to take the class, sir?
Now, you to Go ahead.
Go. Salakia. Should be good though. Bahamas, y'all hear me good in the Bahamas?
Can, sir. I can be switching from my phone to my computer in a second, though. But you're coming into up.
Can. Test 1 2 1 2. We'll deal with that in just a second. I think in the meantime, clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh, Shalom, a thumb to all the brothers, Yahweh, Shamar, all the thumb, Shalom, shout out all the sisters. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. It's been in operation since 1969, teaching the truth according to the Bible that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, the true Israelites of the Bible. Of course, this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class right here in North Carolina. Also, we got some other zones joining us. So we're in Durham, Fayetteville, Charlotte, Eastern Carolina. We're waiting for some other brothers to join us shortly. But right now, we also got Trinidad with us, Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I'm saying? Also, we got Bahamas with us. You know what I'm saying? For tonight's class, of course, I'm Officer 1000 Tabawan, holding it down until Captain of 13,000 Nayathaq Benjamin arrives. All right? Most High in Christ. Okay, we got Eastern Carolina in the building. You hear me good, Yarmak?
God, yeah, shalom. Okay.
Shalom, Lord Christ. All right, Most High in Christ. So with that, we're gonna get right into it. All right. So again, this is the Brotherhood class. But again, if you have any questions of any kind, you can ask your questions. If you online tuning in, just post your questions in the comment section. And if I can answer them, then that's what I'll do. If not, we'll just hold it till Captain Nayathaq arrives and we'll send him the questions. Also, if you're in any of the rooms, in any of the zones, if you have questions, go ahead and raise your hand. You know what I'm saying? We'll see you. And like I said, if I can answer the question, if I got that breakdown, then I got you. If not, we'll just wait till Captain Nayathaq arrives. We'll pose the question to him. So, are there any questions in the room currently? Go ahead.
So like, most high in Christ. So like I said, my question is in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 22. I was wondering what the foundations of the mountains were. Come on, sir.
All right. Test 1 2. Turn it up a little bit. Yeah. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Okay, now they should be able to hear me online correctly. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Yeah, it's a little loud, but but that's more right. It's a lot here. My bad, Nadia. Could you repeat what your question is?
My question is in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 22.
All right, come on.
Was wondering what the foundations of the mountains meant.
Okay. Deuteronomy, chapter 22?
32, sir.
32.
32, verse 22.
Okay. Read it, Baba Kushar.
Come on. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hail, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
And so your question is, what is the foundation of a mountain?
Come on, sir.
Okay. Let's just to clarify, let's just jump back up a little bit just to make sure that I'm contextually in the right frame of mind to understand what we're talking about here. So jump up to verse 16.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 16. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods and abominations. Provoked they him to anger.
Right. Okay. So now we see contextually what we're talking about here. Right. Who provoked the Most High to jealousy?
So like I said, Israelites did.
Right,
We did.
right. By doing what?
By going to strange gods
Mhm.
and with their abominations.
Right, right, right. So we was worshiping strange gods just like we do here in America.
Come on, come.
Right, go ahead.
Come on. Verse 17. They sacrificed unto devils, not to God.
Right, go ahead.
To gods whom they knew not.
Right.
The new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not.
Right. We sacrifice unto gods that our fathers had never even heard of, that never even existed. You know what I'm saying? Our forefathers had never heard of these gods. They never worshiped these gods. You know what I'm saying? These were new gods, right? And we were sacrificing to these gods. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten God that formed thee.
Right. You forgot the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred them.
Right. Go ahead.
Because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. Verse 20. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be.
What does that mean? Real quick, we're not going to sidetrack, but what is he talking about? He said, I will hide my face from them.
So like I said, that he won't be with them. Like he won't
Simple.
protect them.
Perfect.
Come on.
Hide my face from them. That's like, you know what I'm saying? If you got a child or something and you hide your face from them, what is that? If you hide your face from your child, guess what? They're going to probably break every bone in their body.
Come on.
Because you're not what? You're not watching them. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means to guard. We say shamar, right? Shamar means to watch. So the Most High wouldn't watch over us. He would turn his face from us. Read on.
Come on. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very forward generation.
Forward, not forward.
Forward.
Right. You might know what that word means. They are a very forward generation. Look it up.
Salak, yes, sir.
Oh, go ahead, Yanazar.
Is a fraud is like a troublemaker.
Khan.
It's like being a troublemaker.
Right. Khan. We got a definition on it?
Come on, sir. I got the definition. Forward means willful or disobedient.
Disobedient, right? On the definition for forward is contrary, perverse, difficult to manage, right? And the Most High said that we were what?
Very forward generation.
We were a forward generation. Go ahead.
Children to whom is no faith. Verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities.
Right.
And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
Right. Who's that foolish nation?
So like I said, the oppressor today.
Right. The oppressor, he's a foolish nation. And the Most High provoked us to anger with a foolish nation, with a nation that has really no connection to the Most High whatsoever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have no bond with him. We're the children of the Most High. But he's provoking us to anger with these people. Understand? Read on.
Verse 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell.
Right. So we're talking about his anger. A fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell. Go ahead.
And shall consume the earth with her increase.
And shall consume the earth with her increase. But still talking about what? The Most High's anger. The kindled fire is his anger. A fire is kindled in mine anger. Go ahead.
And shall consume the earth with her increase. And set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
God. So as far as what exactly it means when it says foundations of the mountains, I believe that it's not literal. It's just a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, like from there and back. Or, you know what I'm saying? If I say, man, yo, man, pause, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody look good from head to toe or something. It may not be actually literal. It's just showing you the degree of it. How intense of a degree to which this thing is. So when he says, you know, oh, the foundations of the mountains and fire on the whole earth, you know, I believe it's just a metaphor to tell you how angry he is. You know, but we'll ask Cap, you know, it could be talking about some actual fire on a mountain. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe so. But Cap can clarify for us and make sure that what I'm saying is correct. You know what I'm saying? So we'll wait for Cap to get that particular part broken down. But we know that We're talking about the Most High's anger as a result of the Israelites doing what?
Going against him, sir.
Going against him. So whatever that is, whether we know these mountains are literal or figurative, we know that we shouldn't do what? Worship other gods.
Okay.
We shouldn't go after other gods, heathen gods. You know what I'm saying? That's what we can take from this for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we'll get Cap to clarify that part. Is there any other questions in the room? Go ahead, Yadazar.
The what other one? So Mark 4 and 12.
Mark 4 and 12.
Now understand like most of it, but there's one part I just need some clarification on it.
Gotcha.
And it reads, it says that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing that they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven. So what I'm asking is like, is this Christ saying that he don't want them to get down?
That's exactly what it's saying.
Okay. Why?
That's exactly what it's
Most
saying.
High Christ. I just wanted to be
yeah. Christ wasn't, as we know, a very happy guy, to say the least, right? To say the least. I'm just meaning the imagery of him. Not saying that he wasn't a person who, you know, when he was with his brothers, you know, was amiable and so on. It just means that image of Christ as like, they treat Christ like he's like, you know, a hippie or Steve from Blue's Clues, or, you know what I'm saying, or Barney or something. Like he just, when Christ comes in the room, there's a glow and and everybody's just smiling and floating on a cloud. That's not what Christ comes. You know what Christ coming around is like? All these brothers in here know what I'm talking about. We in here in class, right? If General Hyman was to walk in here right now, right now, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm not saying that General Hyman, obviously I'm not saying he's Christ, but the feeling that a brother would get if General Hyman or any general or captain just walked in here out of nowhere, that's the feeling that you would get being around Christ. You understand? He was not a hippie. He wasn't a happy-go-lucky guy, and he didn't love everybody. He had enemies, and there was some people he didn't want them to convert. He didn't want their sins forgiven. Not him. You understand? So yeah, Christ was definitely that kind of guy. That's why the scriptures describe him as an austere man. Right? He was an austere man. He wasn't here trying to, you know, hug everybody and shake their hand and all of that. Come on. Any other questions in the room?
Salagia.
Come on.
If I could if I may, I wanted to add a little bit to the brother's first question with the mountains.
Come on, go ahead.
If I could, you with the mountains, you want to think of the mountains like even with Jerusalem. When you read the book of Psalms, the mountain, think of Jerusalem was built around the holy mountains, like Mount Zion, and that was something that when it was built, it should not have been. It can't be moved. It can't be removed. A mountain is signifying our strength. It's like our fortress, right?
Okay.
A mountain. You can't move a mountain, and that is signifying our nation. So when the Lord said his fire is kindled and he gonna burn the base, the foundation of our mountain, it's talking about our people, like Jerusalem, from the bottom all the way up to the top. We're gonna lose our defense. We'll lose our fortress. We'll lose that mountain, and that's what has been happening to our people to this day. So if I could, we could still ask Jeff, but
no, the water. No, the water, bro. For real. Appreciate you already. Salakia. Was there any other questions in the room?
Come on, cuz. I have one more.
No, please.
It's in the book of Nahum. I was trying to get the breakdown of the fir trees. Like I understand the first verse and the second is in the book of Nahum, chapter 2, verse 3. Like I get 1 and 2. This is talking about Christ, and
you said Nahum.
Well, Salakia, I'll read it, sir. Salakia.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Nahum, chapter 2, verse 1. He that dashes in pieces is come up before thy face. Keep the motion, watch the way, make thy loins strong, fortify thy power mightily. Verse 2, for the Lord have turned away the excellency of Jacob, as the excellency of Israel. For the emptiers have emptied them out, and had marred that vine branches. Verse 3. The shield of his mighty men is made red. The valiant men are in scarlet. The chariots shall be with flaming torches in the day of his preparation, and the fir trees shall be terribly shaken. My question is, I don't necessarily understand the fir trees, exactly what it's referring to.
What verse was that again?
Verse 3, sir.
Verse 3. Read 3 from the top.
Come. It's the book of Nahum, chapter 2, verse 3. The shield of his mighty men is made red, and valiant men are in scarlet. The chariots shall be with flaming torches in the day of his preparation, and the fir trees shall be terribly shaken.
And the fir tree shall be terribly shaken. Go ahead. That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm assuming, because that fir trees is usually talking about other nations. But I want to get that. What's that precept? What's that precept where it talks about the fir trees? Was it Isaiah 14:8? Somebody get Isaiah 14:8. No, I know that's your Nahum is your question. Oh, Salaki, my bad. Pardon me. Yeah, Isaiah 14:8 is one, but start at verse 6.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger and persecuted
is persecuted.
Is persecuted, and none hindereth. Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Right. So the fir trees here is also talking about other nations. When it talks about fir trees, it's not talking about a literal tree. Right? Because and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Last time I checked, why would a tree give a damn about a war?
Right.
Why would a tree care about somebody coming up against them? You understand? So when it talks about the fir trees and the cedars, it's talking about people. You understand? So going now, read Nahum again. And then we'll get the other precept about the ones in the garden too.
Sir. It's the book of Nahum, chapter 2, verse 3. The shield of his mighty men is made red. The valiant men are in scarlet. The chariots shall be with flaming torches in the day of his preparation. And the fir trees shall be terribly shaken.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. The chariots shall rage in the streets. They shall justle one against another in the broad ways, and shall sing like torches. They shall run like the lightning.
Right. This is just talking. The fir trees here is referring to the other nations being shaken by what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about these other nations, you know what I'm saying, getting the Most High's wrath at this time. You know what I'm saying? The shield of his mighty men is made red. The valiant men are in scarlet. Why are they red? Go ahead, Yanazar. Salaki.
Because they're getting slain.
Because they're getting slain. Their shields are scarlet. Their shields are made red, and the valiant men are in scarlet because there's blood everywhere. You understand? Now, somebody give me the precept about the trees in the garden, and then we'll get any other questions that anybody has as well. Baba Kusha.
You looking for the one in Ezekiel, or are you looking for the ones in Genesis?
Genesis.
Probably both.
Well, I know one is Ezekiel 31.
God. So somebody hold Ezekiel 31:8, and then let's get the one you said. What was that, Yarmark, in Genesis, right?
The other one is in Genesis. I think chapter 2, where it mentions the trees. Genesis chapter 2, and I'm not sure the verse right off the top of my head.
God. No sweat, no sweat. We might just need the one in Ezekiel.
Those trees that were mentioned the first were the Assyrians. That was it was speaking on the against the Assyrians.
Right. The one in Genesis, though, y'all found it yet? If not, no sweat. Let's read Ezekiel 31:8.
Come on, cousin. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 31, verse 8. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of God was like unto him in his beauty.
Right. Read verse 9. Oh, it's like it. Hold on, pick it up at verse 9.
Okay. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 31, verse 9. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches.
Matter of fact, Salakia, jump to verse 3, because that's what makes it plain. That's what Yarmark was talking about. Verse 3.
I got you. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 31, verse 3. Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon.
Behold, what?
The Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon.
The Assyrian. What? An Assyrian is what? It's a nation, and it's talking about someone who's from there. The Assyrian, and it said he was a what?
Was a cedar in Lebanon.
He was a cedar in Lebanon. Go ahead.
With fair branches.
With fair branches. Go ahead.
And with a shadowing shroud. And of an high stature. And his top was among the thick boughs.
Right. And what's the interesting thing? We're reading all of these tree things: boughs, branches, high stature. But this is talking about what? Right. It's talking about the size and strength of these people, this nation. It's not talking about a literal tree. All right. So yeah, when you see the fir trees, cedars, and things like that, 9 times out of 10 it's talking about a nation, other nations, or something to that effect. It's not talking about an actual tree. All right. But of course, it's within the context. All right. Any other questions? Yanazar.
Sir. Mark 7, verses 11 and 12.
Mark 7.
Sir.
Hold on 1 second. My phone is tripping. Mark 7, 11 and 12. Again, read it, Bob. Or hold on, could you read it? Mark 7, 11.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 11. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corbin, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. Verse 12. And ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother.
Okay, so what's your question on this?
So here a person, like he's saying that the priests are preventing certain things from occurring between a child and his parents. I understand that part, but what I'm trying to understand is exactly, like, is it like, okay, you do something for your parents, but it's like to gainsay or to get something back? Or is it like you doing your parents a favor?
So your question is, okay, so you're saying, like, okay, so the priests are saying, verse 10, let's read verse 10. Read verse 10 or 1.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 10.
That's like, actually, we started verse 9. Bible Shah.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 9. And he said unto them, Fool, will ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition. Verse 10.
Right.
For
So now we know what
Moses,
we're talking about. Go ahead.
for Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
Read verse 11.
Verse 11. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corban, that is to say, a gift by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. Verse 12. And ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother.
Okay. So, all right. So we know this is talking about, like you said, it's talking about the law of honoring your mother and your father, right? But your question is,
so if I may,
yeah.
So the Sadducees and the Pharisees is doing something wrong here.
Right, absolutely. They're doing their own tradition, as Christ said.
Yeah,
So
so
you're doing your own thing. The scriptures say this, but you're doing something else. And your question is, good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand what exactly are they doing. You understand?
Right.
Causing this division. This is something that obviously is wicked.
I got you. So, verse 11, but ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corban. First of all, what is Corban? Let's figure that out, right? No, we're gonna go to it. Go ahead, Yarmak.
I believe Corban is an offer. It's an offering or a sacrifice.
Right. Like they say, it's like that is like a gift, right? So it's a sacrifice or something, and it says, but ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free.
So
I've heard that.
So he's saying that, okay, if you do something for your parents, like, you don't owe them anything. Sort of like,
that's. I'm glad you used the word
like,
"oh" because I was about to have a whole brain aneurysm thinking about the word that I wanted to say. But that's basically the word. That's basically what it is. The Pharisees and Sadducees are essentially telling them, you don't owe your parents. You don't owe them. You understand?
So you don't have no more obligation.
Right. Exactly. That's why it says at the end, whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. Verse 12, and ye suffer him no more to do aught for his mother or father. He's giving the Sadducees and Pharisees, Salakia, are giving these brothers a pass. The scriptures say, honor your mother and father, right? But the Sadducees and Pharisees are twisting things and finding their own way to tell these brothers, like, wait a minute, no. It's what you've been doing for them is a gift, man. You've been doing this and all of that, but what they do for you? Did they send you to the best schools? Did they give you a good allowance? Did they take care of you to the fullest that they said? No, man, you did more than enough for them, and now you're free. You understand? That's what the Pharisees and Sadducees were saying. They were saying, like you said, it's Corban. It's a gift you've been giving them. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is all about. You've been giving them you've been sacrificing for them, but you're free now. You don't got to worry about them no more. They on their own. You know what I'm saying? Don't it sound like the Christian church? Now it all makes sense, right? Sound like some other people I know too. Salaki, somebody gonna say something?
Salaki, if I could add on, it's heavy.
Please.
The ending part that they're free, they're like what the Sadducees is doing is they're very shiesty people.
God.
And what they're giving people is the freedom of not having to take care of their parents anymore, so that they're free to now do what? Now those donkeys and those cattle and that food that you was going to have to sell to take care of your parents, now you can sell it so you can give us the money.
Right.
Now you can bring the money back into the temple. You can take care of us now. You're free to do that. That's what them Sadducees and Pharisees wanted. That's what they do in the church. They don't want you to take the money that you're about to put in that bucket to give it to your sick grandmother or your sick mother.
Right.
For your mother. That's
yeah.
Enough. You don't have to honor your mother, your father. Take that $20 and put it in this bucket. Because
that's right.
This is who you should honor. The Pharisees wanted you to honor them and not honor your parents.
Right. Damn right. And let's read verse 13 real quick. Read verse 13. Bring what Overseer Yarmak said home perfectly.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 13. making the word of God of none effect through your tradition.
Through whose tradition?
Through your tradition.
No, God's tradition.
Through your tradition.
The Most High's tradition.
Through your tradition.
It's the Pharisees and Sadducees. That's your tradition. You came up with that. You decided that that's how it's going to be. This is not the word of the Most High. This is not the will of the Father. This is something that you came up with. Read on.
Which ye have delivered. And many such like things do you.
And many such like things do ye. Many such things you come up with for yourself. You know what I'm saying? To go against who? To go against the Most High at the end of the day. But yet this is the worst part about it. And you're supposed to be the what? The Pharisees and Sadducees are what? They're in the seat of the priesthood. You're supposed to be the one representing the Most High. Salaki. Bear with me. Come on, sir. As soon as you, sir. Come on, sir. So you got it? Come on, Salakia. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and captain of 13,000, Nayathaq Banyami.
Shalom. Shalom, warriors. Shalom, Aquatia. How y'all doing? Shalom, sir. Good? All right, where we at? All right, I know I have some precepts to go over here. All right. Any questions before I start?
Salaki.
Come on.
You got it. I would say you had one question online.
Mm-hmm. This is okay. Says when they say take part in Juneteenth, are you meaning the celebration? What does Juneteenth mean to you? So I'm gonna wait until she responds. Any more? All right. Let's go to Proverbs 22:1. Let's start there. All right. Reputation. How important is your reputation in here?
It's everything, sir.
Means what?
Everything.
Means everything. When they say means everything, give me a little more.
Like your reputation is like your reputation is one thing that's is very, it's the hardest thing to build, but it's easy to break, to destroy. Like if you get a bad rep, you know, for being untrustworthy or not wanting to do work, it take a lot to build that reputation back up.
Yeah, it does. Look up reputation. Mid definition of reputation. All right, and Akashka, you give me Proverbs 22:1.
It's like to have the definition.
Come on.
The definition of reputation: beliefs or opinions that are generally held about someone or something.
In other words, what's those 3 things you learn in Hebrew Academy? Remember it.
Yeah. To be dependable, predictable, and reliable.
Yeah, those 3 things: predictable, reliable, and dependable. You understand? You come in here, you better uphold your reputation. You better keep that up. You better have some integrity. You understand? You better. There's a reason why you ever hear anybody name the child Judas? No, you never. Why? Because of the reputation. You ever hear a woman naming her daughter Jezebel? Those are 2 names, you know what I mean, you will never hear being reused on the earth.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I could, I'm not going against what you're saying, but I did go to elementary school with a black kid named Esau.
Well,
I did. Salaki.
No, I understand. I understand that one.
Yeah, it's random, it's rare, but I know what you're saying, sir. Salaki.
Yeah, I'm talking about Judas. You ever hear anybody name the child Judas?
I have never heard of a kid named Judas, sir. Salaki.
No,
I haven't.
Salaki.
Yeah.
So like I worked with a guy named Judas, but to be honest, everybody treated him like Judas, if that make any sense. Like they treated him like he was a thief. They treated him like a criminal, but his name was Judas. Light-skinned dude, long braids. Like I said, but that's an awkward name to have. So I understand what you're saying. But like I said, that name preceded him. Like when they were like, "Oh yeah, Judas over here," it was like, "I'm gonna go the other way," you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
So like,
just your reputation. You don't want to have that stain. You understand? Come on.
If I could I ask? Now, this is something I've heard, but I'm gonna ask you. You know, if in a way, does reputation super? How can I put it? This is what this is what I heard that was said. I just say it like that. Sometimes reputation supersedes. It's more important than rank. They weren't saying like you can tell a person what to do that outranks you because you have a good rep, but they were saying rank. They were pretty much saying rank come and go.
Yeah,
but reputation is.
Yes, that's something you want to have in here. You have a reputation here. You have that reputation in here. Rank is going to come. It's going to come. Remember, what is rank for? What's rank for?
Order.
Yeah, it's for order. You understand? Rank is for order. At the end of the day, we all brothers. You understand? At the end of the day, I can't take advantage of you because I'm over you. You can't take advantage of a brother because you're over a brother.
Oh God.
You'll be dealt with in here. We take that very serious. Your reputation, we take it very serious in here. You understand? Right? What's his name? Akashka. You have a
Come
on.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
You understand? Like meaning what? It's almost along the path to what you was asking or what you was implying Yerma. But in the world sense, what you was implying was pertaining to the school, to the organization. But to the world sense, how do they look at this?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
You're better off just, seeking a great name amongst your communities and amongst your people than to be seeking riches. Is that what it's saying, sir?
Yeah, that's basically it. Like, just understand Who we could have for a good example? Who we have for a good example? Shannon Sharp. He's the most pressing one right now.
Salakia, sir.
Come on, sis.
I was just thinking of Diddy, because he just
Diddy?
started his
Yes.
trial.
Yes,
his money covered up his reputation for years.
That's it.
He been crazy the whole time.
Yeah, that's it. Like you like America teaches us to do what? Choose what?
Money, sir.
Yes, money over your reputation. You understand?
Like
that's like the mayor of New York, right? Like you don't want to be that. Come on.
If I could, I forget the brother's name. Thabawan might know. Stacy off of the Wood. He's a good actor in my eyes, but he kind of got
DeAndre Bonds.
He kind of got messed up because he did a scene in a movie where in the movie, even though he didn't do anything actually homosexual, but he was on his knees, having to do something nasty to a man, and he breaks it down to where like in the scene it looks like he's close on the dude, but in real life he's like 10 feet away from him. But he said even that destroyed him, and it messed him up to where he couldn't continue his career like how he probably should have.
Yeah, and you don't want that, because you come in here and you get a bad name, a bad rep arc. It's you gonna have to work. I'm not saying you can't get that stain off of you, but remember, when you walk through them doors to come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, what were you coming in here to do? To do what?
Lucky, sir.
Come on.
To shed yourself with the world.
Yes, but give me it on topic. What you coming in? What you came in here to do?
So like you, sir. Sir, the Most High.
Yes, on topic, to get a brand new reputation.
Come on.
You understand? That's what you came in here to do. That's why your name is no longer whoever they used to call you in the world. You are Hawan. You understand? So now you're not that person. You become somebody brand new. You become somebody, you basically start over with a what? With a new rep.
Come.
Building that rep. You're building it. You come in as a trooper. Then you become a what? Officer 50. Then you start moving up. And you keep them reputation. That reputation. And it starts to what? Grow. You start to get what do we call it in here? You start to get what?
Season, sir.
Yes, season. You understand? With that reputation. Start to get seasoned. And then before you know it, you will be a what? Starts with a P. A pillar in this truth. You understand? A pillar. Right? And you want to work your way up there. You don't want to be the person to come in here, change, and then do what?
Go back, sir.
Yeah. You go back to being whoever he is. You don't want that. You don't want that reputation, because now you're going to have to work to get it back. Work. You could get it back. You can get it back. But you're going to have to work to get it back. You understand? All right? Any more on that? What verse you at right now?
John so still the latter part of the first verse.
Go ahead, read on.
Proverbs chapter 22 and the second part of verse number 1. And loving favor rather than silver and gold.
You understand? Like, you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to be, one, you got to be Nayathaq. You got to be Kiad 1. You got to be I.S.U.P.K. You're going to have to beat them men above what? Gold and silver. You can't be like a councilman who say one thing to get voted in. And then once to get voted in and the money start coming, you're switching up your whole game. You can't do that. You gotta be one way. And that's what? One West. You understand? Right? Right? That was it on 22, right?
Can, sir.
Right? Give me Ecclesiasticus 39 and 1. Me Ecclesiasticus 39 and 1. The Rashi there?
Khan, sir. I
Go
got
ahead.
you.
Get this one for me.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that
Hold
giveth,
on. Hold on, eh? One thing. I think Sister Siona just answer a question, right? So yeah, okay. Right? Okay. It's okay. Who gave you Juneteenth? Where did Juneteenth? Who know the history on Juneteenth? Who can look it up quick?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Juneteenth is basically the celebration because when the Emancipation Proclamation was given and the slaves was free, some of the brothers in the Deep South, particularly Texas, they didn't get the word till almost a year later. So then they began to celebrate because now they knew that they were free.
Right. And we all know that that's a game the oppressor played on us. We're not free. We're still in captivity. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. We're not free. It only seems as if you're free. Then ask yourself why you need a birth paper, why you need a marriage license, why you need a visa, why you need these things if you're free. Free men don't need these things. You know, the small hats on them, they don't need no visa to go anywhere. They go wherever they feel like, whenever they feel like. You understand? Right? And Juneteenth was given by whom?
The oppressor, sir.
I'll take the oppressor, which means what? It did not come from who?
Us. The Lord, Salaki.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you want. It did not come from the Lord. And whatsoever it is that did not come from the Lord, you want to pay particular attention to it. In other words, you do not want to celebrate it. You don't. You know what I mean? You might see brothers at it, but we doing what? We actually what? We see us at a Juneteenth, we are doing what?
Wrong, sir.
Somebody said it. Yeah, we working. we know Juneteenth is where's the none, we know it's BS. They put it like that. We know it's total BS. And we are going there to try and do what? Pull our brothers and sisters from what? The BS. You understand? We're working. We celebrate what the Lord told us to celebrate, and that's in the Bible. You understand? These days, all these other days, Juneteenth, July 4th, Halloween, Valentine's Day, all these Christmas, all these holidays that were created by man, we don't celebrate. You understand?
Sir.
All right. So
like,
come on.
Also, the sister was asking about like Cinco de Mayo, like those days that's kind of celebrating you know, them overcoming the French or the Haitians rebelling against the French. Those days, though they shouldn't be celebrated as holidays, would it be wrong to go to the bar and fish?
No. What you just said, just answer the question. If you're going there to fish, then you're going there to fish. But if you know you're going there to have a drink and say, yeah, Salaki, you know, I mean, you fully in the spirit of Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the Lord hates it. Give me the scripture. I think it's Amos 5 and 21? Right? Because what day we don't celebrate? And it was our actual freedom.
The Passover.
Yeah. Yeah, them people that Cinco de Mayo on Juneteenth, they not at Passover. When the Lord destroy the Africans, like literally give you freedom. That's freedom. Your enemy was at the bottom of the Red Sea, when the Lord finished with them. That's actual freedom.
So, like I said, I have that scripture when you're ready.
Come on.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Right. The Lord saying, I hate.
I hate.
You, for you Christians, hate is not in the Bible. The Lord don't hate. When the Lord vomiting on that pork you eating, all that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? All the abomination, all those holidays you're celebrating, the Lord his back is turned to you. That's why somebody getting unalive at every family reunion on July 4th. You understand? Because the Lord back is turned. He's not with that. Read on.
So like I said, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Right? The Lord don't want to smell that food you're cooking, because he knows it's nasty. That disgusting pig, you know, that oink oink, or them crab legs, or them shrimps. I mean, somehow we, you know what I mean, you can't buy a cow, you gotta buy the pig. But he don't want to smell it. And some of you are gonna be, well, okay, well, I'm gonna buy the cow. He ain't smelling the cow too. The cow is now into a pig to him on that day. You understand? Right? I think Baz had a question there, right? Right. So what you want to focus on? You want to focus on what the Lord tell us to celebrate. It's just like when it comes to eating, you want to focus on what the Lord tell you to eat and what he tell you not to eat. You understand? You want to focus on that. All right, come on.
Come on, sir. Officer Ba'an says, Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Rashab Barakatah. So, like I said, if I could, is Leviticus 19, 23 through 25 still relevant today, or was it just for when we entered our land?
Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's pull it. Pull it and see. I could give you the short answer.
Salaki, sir, I got it.
Come on.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, starting at verse 23. And when ye shall come into the land, and shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you. It shall not be eaten of.
That's it?
Verse
25.
There's verse 24. I was at 23. Want me to just read the 25?
Yeah, read 24.
Come on. But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy to praise the Lord withal. Verse 25. And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof.
Right. So this is it. Read verse that verse 24.
I went to verse 25.
Okay. What basically it sounds like this has to do with us planting, right? Which is, you know, I mean, husbandry, right? Has to deal with that. Now, okay. The short answer is this Bible. How to put it? This Bible that you're reading, it's relevant 2,000 years ago, just like it's relevant to what? To today. You understand? Right? Now, do we still sacrifice?
Awesome.
Sure no.
Con.
Do we?
Nah, sir.
But so like unless you mean sacrifice ourselves.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So,
it's relevant, just like it's relevant to what? Today. Remember, Christ said what? What Christ said in the New Testament? The what? The laws are what?
Not done away with?
Yeah. You the sacrifice now. Right? Christ was the ultimate sacrifice. Christ was what? The lamb that was brought before your time and was slain. You understand?
Okay, sir.
Come on.
May bring a precept.
Come on.
Sacrifice. Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
That's it. You do sacrifice now. Everything you're reading about. Remember, this, okay, the Christians, the way the Christians read it, it's as if what? How do the Christians view the Bible? How do Christians view the Bible?
Literal, sir.
Literal, but give me more on topic. Because remember, Baaz asks a question, right? Read the question one more time.
Shalom, Yabashim Shabbat. So, like I said, if I could, is Leviticus 19 and 23 through 25 still relevant today? Or was it just for when we enter our land?
Right. Right?
So, like I said,
come on.
Like Christians view the Bible like this is like a fairy tale book. Like this isn't laws for us to do today, right now. They look at it like it's good stories, you know, good things you could take from it. But that's about it.
Right. Aya more on point with it. Right? Read what Aya say.
They think the Old Testament is in the past and the New Testament is relevant for today.
Right. But they don't take the New Testament relevant for today because they say what? You still following all them what? All them laws? You still? To them, the Old Testament is, you know what I mean, that gone, dead and gone. You know what I mean? To them, the Bible is basically a book of the dead. And they just take what? Good stories that's relevant to their life. Stories that sound good to them. And have what they call a sermon. And they go about their life. Right? And that's right, sis. They don't take the Bible serious. They do not. They don't. Right? No, so it's relevant today. Right? Remember, whatever land you went in, you have to do what? Whatever land you went in, you have to do what? What you have to do? Huh?
Prepare it.
No,
like I said.
I want it on the whole, like broad.
Sluggish.
Come on, Trinidad.
Yeah, so like I say, if I may keep the
Mhm.
laws
Yeah,
according to how Moses give us it.
yeah. If you put on a suit and go out in space, you got to keep the law. You're on the moon, you have to keep the law. Wherever you go, you're gonna have to keep the law.
Salakia.
Come on.
I'm growing bell peppers, pumpkin, jalapeno, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. I guess what he's saying is, even if I was to grow it, I can't eat it. Correct? Is that basically what that is going into? Like if I grow it, because I would bring it here. Look, I got a bunch of them, like these little seedlings right now. But what are we saying? I think that's what he's trying to say. Is that, does that mean if I grow some watermelon, I can't eat it? I guess that's where I'm confused at. Salakia.
Okay, read it one more time. Read it one more time. Darash.
Kawakan. Want me to start from verse 23?
Yeah, so you can start from verse 23.
Kawakan. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 23. And when ye shall come into the land, and shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you, it shall not be eaten of.
Right. Read on.
Verse 24. But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy, to praise the Lord withal.
Right. So this has to deal with what? Come on.
Salaki, the seasons?
Not so much the season. Right. And yeah, what? Leviticus what? 19?
Is it husbandry in agriculture?
Yeah, this is definitely that. Right? But he's telling you, okay, he's telling you for 3 years you can't do what? You can't eat nothing from what you plant. But then on the fourth year, what you doing?
But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy, to praise the Lord withal.
Right. So on the 4th year, the fruit is going to go to who?
Sacrifice.
Yes. Right? Read on.
Verse 25. And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof.
Right. And now you could eat it what? On the what? The 5th year. Right? Read on.
And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am the Lord your God.
Right. So he was just making sure you understand who is in charge, basically. You understand? You in this land because of me. Wherever you plant goes to me first. Then the 5th year, you can start what? Eating from it.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
So when they're making the sacrifice, right? In the 4th year, does that go to the priest?
Yeah, when it says it goes to him, it goes to them.
All
right. And just like when you sacrifice, you know what I mean, certain animals, it goes to them, but they'll have to do what with those animals? When you sin and you bring your best bull to them, they will what? They will burn it unto the Lord. You understand?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I had a question about John chapter 7, verse 19 through 24. Mainly just about the meaning of circumcision in these verses. So
Salaki, Baz, you could eat that. You could eat it right now. You can eat. Wherever you plant, you eat. You understand? Once that tree bears fruit, you can eat.
Salaki,
Right.
sir.
It's
If I may, is this pertaining to like if we're in rulership, if we're in control of our own culture, like
Mhm.
that, you know,
Okay.
because we're in oppression right now. We're in captivity.
Mhm.
So it would be hard for us to follow these rules when our people is really starving.
Okay. Let me get. I'll get that for you. All right. Next call. All right. What we at? We are Leviticus what?
Was 23?
Leviticus 19, verse 23 through 25.
Okay. I'm gonna get that for you, right?
It's like if I may out of one.
Come on.
It's like I'll wait. Son.
Yeah. Okay. The young man, John what? 7 man what?
John 7, John 7, verse 19 through 24. I just had a question on what circumcision was meaning throughout these verses.
Okay, come on.
All right, let me see. So, did not Moses give you the law? And yet none of you keepeth the law. Why go ye about to kill me?
Right, and this is who's speaking here.
Christ.
Yeah, it's Christ. Christ was speaking to these slimy bastards. You know, the Sadducees, the Pharisees. One of them slimy bastards he was talking to.
Okay.
Right? Now read on.
So like the people answered and said, Thou hast a devil who goeth about to kill thee.
So they're asking what? They're asking Christ a question. Right? Thou hast a devil that what? That goeth.
Who goeth about to kill thee.
Right. He asked him a question. Now let's see what Christ gonna say. Read on.
Jesus answered and said unto them, I have done one work, and yea, all marvel. Moses therefore gave unto you circumcision, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers.
Right.
And yea,
so what circumcision did Moses give them?
The work that he had did, which they all had basically praised.
No,
correct?
okay. No. What circumcision did Moses give them? Meaning give the children of Israel.
It's like it was the physical sacrifice, sir?
No, circumcision.
Yeah, come on. It's like it. Physical circumcision.
Yes.
Come on.
So like he's
in flesh. Come on.
So in this standpoint, like right here, like what exactly does circumcision mean?
That circumcision is the circumcision in the flesh. That's what Christ's talking about. That's what Moses gave them. Right here.
So like I said,
come on.
If I could, so like, I think he asked like the circumcision of their rod, like.
Oh, okay. Yes, that is exactly
like
what.
It's like the definition in this instance right here, like the literal definition of circumcision right here.
Yeah, it's the circumcision of your rod.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Salakia. I'm saying it.
I didn't know exactly what you were saying. Like
circumcision is, but Salaki toward Yeremot.
Okay.
Yes, that's a circumcision of the flesh, circumcision of a male child.
Okay, I got you now. I got you now.
Right.
And,
so read on.
And yea on the Sabbath day circumcise a man. Now one more question right here. Why on the Sabbath day?
And why on the Sabbath day?
Yep.
Okay. He is saying, yeah, on the Sabbath day, circumcise a man. Why? Why is he saying on the Sabbath day?
Is that because that was the day of rest?
Okay, not so much. Okay, you have to know the beef that the people with the Sadducees and Pharisees had with Christ when it comes to the Sabbath. They thought Christ was doing what on the Sabbath?
Breaking it, sir.
Breaking the law. Now, remember, let's go to the law on circumcision. What does the law on circumcision said?
So like I said,
Uh-huh.
A male child must be circumcised on the 7th day after his birth.
Right, let's get it. And you'll see why Christ said what he said. Christ right here is cutting them. Right? He's cutting them.
So like the other one.
Uh-huh.
If I may, back to the if I may, back to the previous question that Bahaz had asked about the land and stuff like that. So I know like my grandma and grandfather used to plant a lot, right? So whenever they clear new land off or new areas to plant, they didn't plant automatically. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they cleared it, because you don't know what's in the soil. You have to get a soil time to purify. So you have to keep flipping the soil, fertilizing the soil, watering it, and stuff like that. Because you're giving it time, like letting air get into it and stuff like that, so that it can be able to get nourishment and be able to produce. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just till the soil and then plant. You understand? So I was thinking more so along the lines of the Most High saying, like, whatever you plant is unclean, you know what I'm saying? Or you have to wait that period of time because you have to let all the impurities and everything get out of the soil.
Okay, this is not that, but there is a scripture pertaining to you having to rest the land. What you're talking about is the land being rested. All right, but this here is not that what you're talking about. But I'll get it for you all. All right, I'll get this particularly, especially that question Yanazar asks. All right.
So like I said,
I know it's more along the line of the what you call it again, like albinos, right? Can albinos come to class right today?
What kind of say?
Yes, they can, because of Christ. You understand? But back then, they would have to what? Seal the congregation. You understand? But today they could come in. What's the correct word for a short person? I want to say the D word, but you know what I'm talking about. But they could come into the congregation right now. Back then, you'd have to wait until that.
So I think that's a medical definite. Dwarfism is an actual thing. So I think dwarf is not offensive.
Okay, solid.
Midget is offensive.
Okay, solid. Tawada. So yeah, those dwarfs, right, could come to class right now. But back then, they couldn't. And this is because of Christ. Because of Christ, brothers who now have heathen mothers, they could come in right now. You understand? But back then, you'd have to wait generations for that to come out. All right. So who get the circumcision for me? Circumcision. Come on.
So this chapter 12 and verse 1. Says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation, for her infirmity shall she be unclean. Verse 3. And in the 8th day, Salakia, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
So now, if that child was born, say, on Thursday, right? Sundown. What would have to happen to that child?
Salakia, sir.
According to our calendar. Our calendar, when is the Sabbath?
Sundown Friday night.
To sundown what? Saturday. All right? That child was born on Thursday. On the 8th day will mean that what? That child had to get circumcised when?
On the Sabbath day.
Yes. Right? So now Christ is doing what? Cutting them. So now let's go back to John 7, and you can read 20. Start at 22, and then we go to 23.
Slaki. Moses therefore gave unto you circumcision, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers. And yea, on the Sabbath day circumcise a man. If a man on the Sabbath day receive circumcision, that the law of Moses should not be broken. Are ye angry at me?
You understand? So he's asking, are you angry at me for doing what?
For keeping the law. Moses should not be broken. Because I have made a man every whit whole on the Sabbath day.
Now you gotta give him it. What is Christ really cutting them here on?
Christ is saying he made everyone, he gave everyone a day for them to become circumcised on that day.
No. Okay. You have to okay. This how serious did the Sadducees and Pharisees take the Sabbath?
Salaki, not serious at all, sir.
No, they did.
They did.
Took it very serious.
They took it very serious. You found doing something, you liable to get stoned.
Like, sir.
Come on.
They took it like the Jewish man take it today. You can't even turn on a light switch.
Basically. You understand? They took it very serious. And now Christ is cutting them, because to do the circumcision, you have to what? Cut the flesh of that baby, which means it's what? It's work. It's work they have to do. So you saying, so Christ is saying what? Read verse 23 one more time.
Salaki. If a man on the Sabbath day receive circumcision, that the law of Moses should not be broken. Are ye angry at me, because I have made a man every whit whole on the Sabbath day?
So now what is being said here? What is the beef about here?
So like I said,
come on.
Is it because Christ was teaching?
Remember, he didn't say teach. He was making somebody what?
Whole.
Meaning he was doing what?
Performing miracles?
Yes, he was healing someone. But he was healing them on the Sabbath day. And I just give you it.
Come.
Anybody?
Silaki, so I may.
So
he was saying the fact that if Moses' law allow you to circumcise on the eighth day, which could be the Sabbath, and you actually did work. How are they accusing him for actually not doing work on the Sabbath when he didn't physically do nothing? He just performed a miracle.
He did something.
But I mean, yeah, he did it. He did something, but it wasn't as work. Like they actually worked on the Sabbath. And
you don't want to get caught up with that, because they both work. Both work. What you have? Come on,
sir. Christ basically that tell them say by them own, you know what I mean? By them own standard, them are do work too. You know
That's
what I mean?
it.
So if him do his work, with them do our work. So
That is it. He was basically calling them hypocrites. You understand? He was calling them hypocrites because they're doing work. But now when Christ go and heal someone on the Sabbath, you are want to accuse him of doing what? Breaking the Sabbath. It's like today, what do these fake Israelite groups say? We're not supposed to be doing what? Work on what? On the Sabbath. You can't have sex. You can't what? You can't eat. Or I should say can't eat. You can't cook.
Come.
You can't go to camp. Right? These were these fake Israelite groups saying, and this is what the Sadducees and Pharisees was trying to get Christ to do, not work on the Sabbath. But then Christ said what? Give me what Christ says Sabbath. Where he says Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. All right. So this circumcision is the circumcision of a male child foreskin being cut. Right? Now, Christ is using this as an example to show these hypocrites that they are actual hypocrites. To show these Israelites, these Sadducees and Pharisees, that they're hypocrites. You are working on the Sabbath. I can't work on the Sabbath too. I can't do it. All right. Who got it for me?
So like it says, Mark chapter 2, verse 27.
I know. Young man, read verse 24. Whole way at Yerma. Young man, read verse 24.
Salaki, sir.
Mhm.
Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteousness. No, judge righteous judgment.
That's it. You understand? Christ is cutting them to the core. Like they want to judge Christ for doing what? For being righteous on the Sabbath. They want to judge him. Meaning what? They want to put him to death. Remember, there was always seeking to do what? To stone Christ. You understand? Just like the unalive Stephen. They were trying to do it. And they couldn't. Because Christ knew the law. And he understood it. He understands the spirit behind it. He understands it fully. And this is one of the laws that he understands fully. The Sabbath day. Now read.
So like,
Hold on, young man.
I thought you were saying continue reading from 25, but
No. Yeah, no. We're going to the other scripture now to show where Christ said what he said about the Sabbath.
Come on.
It's
the book of Mark, chapter 2, verse 27. And he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man.
The Sabbath was what?
Made for man.
Read on.
And not man for the Sabbath.
Meaning what?
Like I said,
come on.
This day of rest is for us. It's for us to rest.
Meaning what? Do you have to rest? Do you have to lay out?
Sir.
No, you can do whatever you want on the Sabbath. Sabbath was made for who? For you.
For man.
For man. Yeah. That don't mean you can't cook. You can't go to the store. You can't, you know what I mean, be in the bedroom with your woman. That don't mean that. Does not mean that. Right. Any more to that, Yermak?
Well, sir.
Okay, good. Anything else? If not, let's go to Ecclesiasticus 41 and 11. Ecclesiasticus 41 and 11. hold
This
on.
is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 41, verse 11. The mourning of men is about their bodies, but an ill name of sinners shall be blotted.
Right? What is that saying?
Slag it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's just saying that you know, when men die, you know, we mourn them, we think about them, but remember them.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, a sinner, you know what I'm saying, that's somebody you forget about, you don't even regard.
That's it, basically. You understand? An ill name is somebody who has what? A bad reputation. You remember that person. But you remember that brother. You understand? You remember that brother that warred with you.
Slag it, sir.
Come on.
There was a precept that you called for earlier. It was Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and 1.
Oh yeah. Come on.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 1.
No, hold on. Hold on, Silaki.
Let him finish, sir.
Who was reading 11? Who just read it?
I was, sir.
Read verse 12.
Comic-Con. Verse 12. Have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold.
You understand? Have regard to your name, man. You don't be on the internet talking against this truth, speaking ill against this truth. Man or woman, you don't be on the internet doing these things. You understand? You don't want to do that. You don't want to be in here and somebody, always have to take you to counsel because you don't, your integrity is, is about this much. Your morals are about this much. You understand? You want to have regard for your name. You understand? It have protocols in the school. What should you do?
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
Follow them.
Follow them. Let's follow them. You understand? Just follow it. The laws in these Bibles you're supposed to follow. Just follow it. You're having problems, following it. You're having issues. Pick the phone up and call somebody, man. You're going to help each other in this. Read on.
Verse 13.
No, sorry. Now we go to you can read 13. Sorry. Go down and read 13.
Comic-Con. A good life hath few. Salakia, a good life hath but few days.
Right, a good life have but few days. You're here for a short time, Anakwa. For a real short time. Read on.
But a good name endureth forever.
You want them, when you pass on, you want to have what? What you want to have? You want to have, come on.
I was going to say a good reputation, sir.
Yeah, but what you want when you pass on, you want kids to be called Nayathaq.
Come on.
You want young boys, you want young fathers calling their sons Nayathaq. You understand?
Come on, sir.
Your woman, you want, daughters being called by your name. You understand? Because of your good reputation that you left behind. Right? Read on.
Verse 14. My children.
I think that's it. That's it on that. Let's go to the other one. Ecclesiasticus 39. Come on.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
Right? What is that saying?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
A man that is actually seeking the Lord, he's gonna stick to this law.
His mind gonna be what? Occupied with
Kind
it.
of, sir.
You understand? When you first walk in that door, you didn't know eating pork was a sin, but you learned. And you start doing what you start learning what to do, what not to do. And you start seeking more and more. And you start doing what? Behaving like who? Like Moses. Like all the men of the past, like Christ behaved. You understand? You start occupying your mind with what? With this Bible, with this truth. Right? Read on.
Come on. Verse 2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men.
Mm-hmm.
And where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Yeah, you'll be in class. You'll be in class learning these parables Christ spoke about. You learning things a Christian spend 30 years in the Christian church and not even, he don't even know the parable. That parable of the prodigal son. You ask any Christian about that parable, they do not know what that means. They have no clue what it means. But you do. You do because you're in class. You're in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
Read.
Come, verse 3. He will seek out the secrets of the grave sentences and the conversant Salakia in dark parables.
Right? He'll be able to what? Break down these dark parables for you. Be able to break these parables for you. The Christian church say what? Christ loved everybody. But when you read Luke, Matthew, these books, you clearly see what? Christ don't love everybody. Christ loves his people. And then there's people of his people he don't even want to hear. You don't want them to understand these dark parables. Read on.
Come, verse 4. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes.
Like these generals, like Commander YAHANNA, and these generals and these captains and these officers, these troopers, you're going to be what? You're going to do what?
Salakia. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes.
Yes. Read on.
He will travel through strange countries. For he hath tried the good and the evil among men.
You understand? Like you'll be going to different cities. You'll be going to different countries. And you'll be seeking what? Righteous men. You'll be seeking them out. You're going to be trying the good and the evil among men. And you're going to take the one that's what? That is righteous. You understand? Read.
Come, verse 5. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him. And will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins.
You understand? This is somebody who is doing what? This brother here is doing what? He's seeking a what? What is this brother seeking here? From verse 1. What is he seeking?
Slack it, sir.
Come on.
Is it righteousness?
Slack
it, sir. I say no.
Slack it,
come on.
Sir.
A good name, sir. Good reputation.
That's it. I thought you was going to say that.
Sir.
What you was going to say?
Oh, so like I was gonna say, he's seeking out wisdom and upholding his reputation.
Yes, you correct too. All you are correct, but are looking for that reputation. He is seeking a good reputation. That's what you're looking out for. You understand? You come in here, you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to change. You can't come in here Joe Blow and stay as Joe Blow. You understand? You can't come in here like Joe Grind and stay as Joe Grind. That ain't going to work in here. You understand? Right? Now come to Proverbs 20 and 11. Proverbs 20 and 11. All right. Akashka.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Proverbs.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 20 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Even a child is known by his doing.
Even a what?
Even a child is known by his doing.
Uh-huh.
Whether his work be pure and whether it be right.
Son, even down to a child, you will know a child by his what? By his doing. You understand? So we think the Lord gonna know you by. We think your brothers gonna know you by. You understand? All right? And whether it be pure, and what does it mean whether it be where his work be pure?
So like I said, I mean,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, pure meaning that, I mean, no kind of deceit, no double-mindedness, just it is what it is, just pure.
Yeah,
good intentions.
You doing this work because you want to do this work.
Come on, sir.
You're not doing this work because you want to be, you know what I mean, captain of 13,000. You're not doing this work because you want to, you know what I mean, you want to be over this brother. You're not just doing it. You're doing this work because you want the kingdom of heaven to come. You want Christ to come back, I should say. You're doing it. You're pure. There's no type of, you know what I mean, deceit in your work. You're not just doing it just to get recognition every time you do it. You see, I did this. Cap and recognize me. He in SHIT.
You like it, Malloy?
Come on.
But it's kind of go in correspondence with the lukewarm scriptures.
Sort of. Because if it ain't pure, you know what I mean, you guarantee a lukewarm, right?
Okay.
Right? And whether it be what? Right.
Come on. I'm ready to be right.
You want to make sure. That's why we are saying don't what is how the saying go? Be sure.
Make sure.
Don't be sure. Make sure.
Come.
Yeah, that's it. You want to make sure you not, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, like 90, 80%. No, you want to be 100%. So pick the phone up and give up. You know what I mean? Call. Make that call. Don't hesitate. Go to Proverbs 3 and 3.
Come on. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For let not mercy and truth forsake thee.
Mm-hmm.
Bind them about thy neck.
Right? What?
Let not mercy and truth forsake thee.
Right. Let not mercy and what? The truth forsake thee. Don't let it forsake thee. Don't turn on this truth because it don't conform to your lifestyle. Because you don't get checked. And because you're so damn proud, you leave. And now you're talking ill. Let not what? Mercy and truth forsake thee. What's the mercy? What's that mercy?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
Our life, sir.
Give me a little more.
So like yes, sir. Forgiveness, brother. Forgiveness.
I'll take that. All right. All right, so read one more time.
Come on. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 3. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee.
Right, and not mercy could also be the reason why you sitting in this chair, in those chairs. And where that mercy come from?
The Lord, sir.
The Lord. He had mercy on us. So we what? We sitting in these chairs.
So like, sir.
Come on.
So like I was gonna say, you know, like the Most High showed us mercy, you know, because with the things we done in our past life, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure all of us, you know, were supposed to be unalive at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the Lord showed us mercy and allowed us to come into this truth. And every time we step in this class and teach these classes or go out there and feed our people or go to camp and teach our people, you understand, we showing that same mercy back because we know that we didn't deserve it.
Yes, that's correct. So it's telling you, it's basically telling you, don't let that mercy, leave your heart.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Oh, sorry, Rock. Also, that mercy, I just don't want to forget Yahweh Shah Mashiach is because, you know, the things that were supposed to have been done in our transgression against the law, it was, you know what I'm saying? He was the sacrifice to allow that mercy for us. And so in our hearts, we're supposed to keep Christ in our minds at all times, because the things that are so difficult to be in the truth about, you know what I'm saying, like keeping the laws, wearing dresses or following orders by men above us, those are inconveniences, but yet there was somebody that was inconvenienced way more than any inconvenience that we could have on this earth, and that was Christ. You understand? If we remember this, the torture and the damnation and struggle that he went through, that they put him through from the Roman government, what they put him through, and putting him on the cross and belittling this man, the greatest man on earth who never sinned. If we actually put him first, we would minimize all the complaints we have about our selfish life and all our creature comforts and things we don't have on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure that we keep that in mind. It's from the Most High, but it's through Christ that we get this mercy. Salakia, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Salakia, sir.
Come on, sis.
I just wanted to add to that comment that you made before when you were saying, like, you have to want to be in here, because I think it's really important for sisters to understand that you have to want to be in here separate from just pleasing your husband. You have to want to do the work. You have to want to be sisterly, see what you can do for the brothers, because a lot of times it's not really proliferated for the sisters to understand that you have your own walk when you're in the school. And if your husband leaves, you stay. So you're not here to just be with your husband. You're here because you have to be here because you want to be here.
That's right.
So I just think it's really important that you said that.
That's right. And that's the pure. That's you being pure about it. You understand? All right. Now read on.
Come, sir. Bind them about thy neck.
Meaning what? Keep it close to you. Keep this truth close to your Aquath. Read.
Write them upon the table of thine heart.
Meaning keep it up here. Don't leave out like some, old dirty bastard, and then go on the internet and then start to talk ill. Lord is not with that. That's you getting getting a what? You're going to get a what? By doing that.
A bad reputation.
Bad reputation. In Ecclesiasticus 10:1. Right? And read verse 4 Akashka, and K1. Give me the Ecclesiasticus 10:1.
Salakis, I just went to Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, just shoot back to the we had to get verse 4 in Proverbs. All right.
Salakia, sir, I said Ecclesiasticus 10:1.
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 10:1. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of.
Hold on. After this verse.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 4. So shall thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man.
See what they say first, right? God, then man. You understand?
Okay.
If it was man, then God, then you would have been what? A man pleaser. You understand? You better, whatever you're doing in here, you better do it to please the Lord. You understand? You better do it to please the Lord. And guess what? You please the Lord, men gonna see. Men are going to see. Right? Now go to Ecclesiasticus, what I call 10:1.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Yes. You understand? Like a wise judge will do what? Instruct his people. You understand? And if you following, right, you're going to be what? These men going to be what? Well ordered. Right? No, Salakia. He had one. It's Ecclesiastes, I mean to tell you. Salaki. Ecclesiastes 10:1. All right. The Rash, give me Ecclesiasticus 4:25.
Okay. You wanted the Ecclesiasticus first?
No, hold on. Give it right that way. Ecclesiastes 10:1.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 1. Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savor.
What does that mean?
So,
what does that mean? Anybody? Ecclesiastes 10:1. Want to look up that apothecary, and if I'm pronouncing it correct.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Okay, so what is saying, is what I understand it to say, is that an apothecary is like a chemist or he mixes potions, and it's like if you have a good reputation and you do some wickedness, it's just like you spoiling the potion, you spoiling the product.
That's correct. All right. It's going. Yeah, I mean, you might be making something. You know what I mean, that savor, but brother, you crack that bottle and it's smelling like, you know what I mean, like drain water. You know what I mean? or something disgusting, like a sewage. You understand? And this ointment supposed to go on your body. You're not putting that on anybody else. You're not smelling like, you know what I mean, like doo-doo. You understand?
So,
Right?
like,
Read
so
on. Come on.
is it so basically, so like, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh no, so like, so I was saying, so is it pretty much saying that like even a small like a small act can ruin your reputation if it's
Yes.
bad.
Yeah. It'd be small. All right. You know what I mean? But again, you know what I mean? Everything, you know what I mean, measured. You know what I mean? It could be small, you know what I mean? And it's still going to, you know what I mean? It's going to put a dent in it. You understand? And there's certain things, you know what I mean, you do in here. You know what I mean? You ain't getting that back just so, you know what I mean? You better wait until Christ return. You know what I mean? You got to wait until Christ return. You understand? You ain't coming back in here. You understand? So you better be watchful. You better, you know what I mean? You better stay focused. All right? Come on. Finish. Who reading Ecclesiastes 10:1? Finish it off.
Can. So do it a little folly in him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor.
You understand? You don't want that. You don't want that. You want to be that brother who has that you know what I mean, doing everything pure and right. That's what you want. Your brother offend you, what should you do? What's the right thing to do? Go to he and they alone. Likewise, sisters. Sister offend you, go to he and they alone. Do the right thing. Right? Read on.
Can. Verse 2. A wise man's heart is as his right hand. But a fool's heart is his left.
Do you understand? And that just let you know what? You know, like say, this is my what? My right hand man. You don't say this is my left hand man. Say this is my right hand man. This, you know what I mean? This man that have, you know what I mean, my back paws. You understand? You don't say left. Well, a fool, his mind, his heart, where? It says left. Where there's what? Nobody. You understand?
Hey, Salakia, sir. It's offside rock. Okay, so we, you know, we say go to him and be alone for you know, men and women, but like in relationships, right? Like in marriages, does it also? I'm sure it also applies, but can you just speak on that as far as, is it maybe some wives, maybe some husbands feel like they don't have to go to their wife or go to their husband. They have an issue. They feel like that's just normal relationships. You're supposed to have gripes and beefs and issues and things like that. I just want to know, like, if you could just speak on that, please, Salaki.
Okay, it's basically the it's the same. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing different with it. You and your, you know what I mean, you with your wife, and you all, you know what I mean, arguing about, you know what I mean, anything. You know what I mean? Sometimes it may call for what? Marriage counsel. And then there's some time when your husband or your wife say, you know what, you offend me. Could you please stop doing what you're doing? Or please stop saying this. And you, being a man, say, nah, I could tell you this. That sister, she could ask for what? Call the camp leader and ask for what? A counsel. Simple. Before it reached to what? To blows. And then guess who coming to knock on the door? Who coming to knock on the door after? Yeah. police coming to knock on that door. So before you get to that, go to he and they alone. It's just like, I mean, a brother offend you. You go to that brother. Your wife offend you. Your husband offend you. You go to he and they alone. Go talk to her. You're a woman. Don't go and tell some other woman what your husband done did that offend you. And then now you have a whole club and talking about, you know what I mean, what you and your husband doing. That's gossiping. You understand? And that is a sin. We don't tolerate that in here. You understand? You have an issue with your husband and you all can't work it out. Sometimes, as I say, it may call for marriage counsel, and the school offers that. And then there's other things where you might feel this is an offense. Then just give a complete a call. Give me a call. I'll set the counsel up.
So like, so,
At the end of all of this, we're gonna love each other. You understand? We don't bicker and fight. We don't act like alley cats at home, and then come to the school and then act one way. You're gonna act how you acting in school, how you acting where? At home.
Damn right.
Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be all nice at the school, and then when you get home, you know what I mean, you take that clothes off, it's like you transform into, you know what I mean, like, what's that story, Jekyll and Hyde? You turn into Jekyll as soon as you reach home. Hey, mother effer, this. I saw how you was watching such and such. And you'll start going at it like two alley cats. No, we're
So
gonna
like-
stop that. Come on.
it's like, if I may, add to what you're saying too, you know, and don't be like, you know what I'm saying, like Sakari, where sisters or brothers is scared to go to counsel or reach out to camp leaders and stuff like that and get counsel, because we see how that worked out for them, and we're not trying to have that in here.
Yeah. You walk in on your husband and you have on, you know what I mean, some Victoria's Secrets, you better come and run and tell. You understand? We don't play that in here. You understand? That's beyond going to here and there alone.
God.
You understand? That whole pagan kit, that's beyond going to here and there alone. You better run and tell. All right? I hope, you know what I mean, that was, you know what I mean, good day.
So
Yes. Come on.
With that being said, if there's some gray area there with a sister, right? Like, if the situation is the brother says, "Babe, I want to try this," and now we know that shit crazy, but if she says, "Nah, that's crazy," and you know, why would you want to do that? And then if that brother then says, "You know what, you're right," I don't even know why I asked that. I need to check myself. Should she still go and call counsel on the brother, even suggesting something like that?
Okay, yeah. Tell what is the suggestion?
Oh, getting pegged, like Sakari.
Oh yeah, make that call.
God.
Is that a thing?
Don't let no. Yeah, I mean, you better not be trying to, you know what I mean, say, let's try this. I mean, it's as I say, your reputation, you know what I mean, your reputation don't just go by, you know what I mean, how you look, you know what I mean, is what you're doing, what you're saying, what coming out your mouth. You understand? That's why we watch how we speak to each other in here. We don't just tell a man below us because he below us, you know what I mean, to go do what? Hey, brother, just go sweep the school. Go clean the toilet, brother. Hey, such and such. You know what I mean? Go outside and take the trash outside. No, we don't talk to each other. It's like, hey, brother, could you, you know what I mean, take the trash out? It's like, hey, brother, could you, you know what I mean, help me, you know what I mean, clean the school? We're going to be polite to each other.
That's right.
We're going to be kind to each other.
That's right.
Son?
Come
on.
So like, my lord, if I may, and like what also Yarmouth just asked, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a brother or sister say some crazy off the wall stuff, man, you better report it. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and report it, because like if it's not reported, that brother or that sister that's asking that crazy stuff just gonna find somebody else that's gonna actually do it. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna find somebody else, because they're, oh well, I can't go to Austin Yerma. That's a risk. He gonna tell. They're just gonna find somebody else that's weak enough to do it.
All right. And just know, you know what I mean, you had to know, you know what I mean, your partner. You know what I mean, you're in a relationship with that person. You know what I mean? I don't know how you all, you know what I mean, get down. Meaning, you know what I mean, certain jokes, you know what I mean, you all might be making, you know what I mean, but you will know. You know what I mean? You all know. You understand? You will know.
Come.
All right. Give me the Ecclesiasticus 4:25.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 4, verse 25. In no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed of the error of thine ignorance.
Say that one more time.
In no wise speak against the truth.
Right, don't speak against this truth, man. Okay, a bad reputation. You know what I mean? You'll have brothers thinking, you know what I mean, coming up ways to deal with you behind. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
It seems that this precept, if it was actually adhered to, we would never have any fake Israelite groups ever.
Say that one time.
I said if this precept was actually adhered to, we would have never had any fake Israelite groups.
Yeah.
Ever. Like that could never happen if this was adhered to at all.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. And that gives them a bad reputation. Read on.
But be abashed of the error of thine ignorance.
Be what?
But be abashed of the error of thine ignorance.
What does that mean?
Salaki, sir, I got the Merriam-Webster's definition of abashed.
Mm-hmm.
Need to feel uncomfortable, disconcerted, or embarrassed by something that has happened or been done or said.
Yes. So what does that mean?
Like, sir.
Mm-hmm.
To have some guilt.
Yes. Be ashamed of your error. That's how you're going to fix it. Who did that? Who was ashamed of their error? At the end of everything.
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Come on.
Judas.
Okay. Yeah, but.
Salaki.
Salaki, sir.
So you said shame of the error.
Mm-hmm.
Adam.
Okay.
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
What about Jonah?
King David.
Yeah, Jonah. I take that. But I'm also looking for Job. Job said what? I abhorred myself. You understand? Like you have to go there. You're gonna have to realize your error. You can't now, you know what I mean, leave the school and then speak evil of the school. Did the school tell you to go commit a sin? Did the school force you to commit a sin? No, you went and commit the sin. You went and commit the act. An act the school speak against. You understand? You left the truth because of some counsel you wasn't fine with, because you thought somebody was unjust. Somebody treated you unjust. No, you should be ashamed of what you did and make it right. You understand? And make it right. Read on.
So, like, sir,
Come on.
if I may, so like, if I may, you know what I'm saying, I was ashamed of who I was. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me hear this truth. You understand? And put on all black and come to camp and have no excuses not to come to camp or go to class.
Yeah. We'll have to do it. All right. Read on.
Verse 26. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins.
Right. And then say it to who? To the Pope. All right. Or them priests. You understand? You do a brother error. You ain't no shame in what? Confessing to him. Read on.
Enforce not the course of the river.
Right. Meaning you can't, okay, when you force the course of a river, what are you doing?
So like I said,
come on.
It's like you going along with the downhill spiral. Like,
no, it says, and force not the course of the river.
Slug, sir.
Come on.
Is it saying like don't fester with the sin, like don't let it sit to build up like a basically animosity, sir?
So like it, sir.
Come on. Just don't force the course of the river.
Would it be like, you know, like the whole point of this is to like is it saying like basically like this was supposed to happen? This is the only way for you to change and to get better. Like the course of the river is the correction, the molding, you growing to be better. That's the way the river going, and you trying to go against the grain by, you know, fighting against that.
Yes. Is that what you're saying, Nayathaq?
Come on, sir.
Yes. You don't want to do that. There's one way in. One way. You have to stay in here. You can't force that course to know. You want to change the way things is. You want to go commit this sin and then want us to what? To accept you? Nah. That ain't gonna happen in here. That is not going to happen in here. You commit adultery or you out. Don't force the course. Don't force the course at all. Don't force it. You do something. Right? You do some evil in here, you better not force it. All right, come on. Read on.
Verse 27. Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man.
What does that mean? What's an underling?
so like I said,
come on.
You about to be sitting in UPK games classes.
I ain't gonna call no names, but you know what I mean. But that's about it. You don't mean an underling. What's an underling?
Slug, sir. A student, a servant, sir.
I'll take that. Right? To who? To a what? What type of man?
Foolish man.
To a foolish man. A man who is what? Not in the truth. You know what I mean? Now you're looking at Alex Jones and you getting precepts from Alex Jones. You're a fool. You watching IUIC classes and getting precepts. You are a fool. You a dummy. Read on.
Neither accept the person of the mighty.
What does that mean?
So like I said.
Like I said.
Come on.
This pretty much saying like you don't want to be under the fool, but you also don't want to follow a person just because he looks strong.
Okay.
Like
who do men follow? Come on.
Men? Who do men follow?
Yeah.
Like in the world?
Yeah.
Who everyone else is following.
The rich.
That's it, Yanazar. The rich. You understand? The rich.
So if I may,
come on.
No, so like I said, if I may, sir, I was going to say this is like a respect of persons type of situation here.
Yes. Right? Now it could be twofold too. You know what I mean? Some of us look at the mighty man and think, well, yeah, he's strong, he will be in the truth. No, brother. Lord don't go by strength. Don't. You know what I mean? He didn't pick King David because he was the strongest of them all. Why he picked David?
Because of his heart, sir.
Yeah. David had courage. You understand? David wasn't, you know what I mean, that, you know what I mean, mighty, that strong man. You understand? But of course, it's speaking about the rich, but nonetheless, you can use it as that too. All right? Read on.
Neither accept the person of the mighty. Verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death.
What?
Strive for the truth unto death.
Strive for the truth unto what?
Unto death.
When you go to Camp Ark, you know what I mean? Where you live, let's make your peace with the Lord, Ark. You understand? Get up in the morning, make your peace with the Lord. You're going to strive for the truth unto what?
Unto death.
And I'll read on.
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
And the what?
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
The Lord is going to fight for you. He's going to fight for you. These devils think they could oppress us for the rest of their life. They have something coming their way. Call a black man by the name of Jesus Christ. That's right. You understand? Now, all you have to do is stay the course. Stay the course of that river. Stay on that path. That's all you have to do. Sister, stay on that path. You understand? All right. I know we're up on the time. Let's go to one more. Right, just to make sure we understand this also. Go to Revelation 12 and 19. All right.
So
come on.
Revelation 12 and
19.
So I don't believe there's a 12 and 19, so lock it.
Revelation?
Unless I'm saying something wrong.
Then it could be me. Give me where it said what is? And he had a name that no man knew.
So that's Revelations 19 and 12.
Yeah, okay. Slacky. I'm all the way, you know what I mean, perfect. Slacky. 19 and what?
19 and 12, sir.
And 12. Come on.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 19 and verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire. And on his head were many crowns.
And on his head was what?
Were many crowns.
You understand? Christ coming back to what? take all these kingdoms. Come back and take all these kingdoms. All of them. You understand? Right? Read on.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Right? A name that no man knew. What's that? What is that he talking about?
Salakia, sir. Salakia, sir, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we talking about reputations.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in Christ's example, it's like he's done so much. We don't even know all the things that he was capable of doing.
That's it, Giannis. Leave it right there. Leave it right there, Giannis. That's it. Give me John 21 and 25. That's it. All right. He had a reputation. Like, remember, Christ used to heal people and tell them what? Yeah, don't tell nobody. So you can imagine how much miracles he did.
So like we said, whenever you're ready for the scripture, I got it.
Go ahead.
Come on. This is the book of John, chapter 21 and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also many other things which Jesus did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. Amen.
That's it, Yanazar. You understand? He had a reputation that no man knew because, brother, if they was to write it down, there ain't no books gonna be able to hold all the miracles this man done did. Christ done did. A black man by the name of Jesus Christ done did. All right. So with that, any question before I let you all out? And if not, I'm gonna pass the class to priest and officer Darashamat.
Men of Israel, Amajim. Men of Israel are going to render one courteous salute to Captain of 13,000, Nayathaq. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Bashim
Yahweh Brakathum.
Adamata. Sar, meaning turn and face the sisters. Sisters, Amajim. Men of Israel are going to render one courteous salute to the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shema. Yadamata means hands down. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're at I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We are in the Feast of First Fruits, started after the Sabbath of unleavened bread. Count 50 days. The closing is June 8th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, class is dismissed.
do it again or do it here? This one or this one?